Hello and welcome back. Big news today in Raid. This just got popped up in the Raid announcements channel for all the channels that we have for Raid announcements. There are new relics coming with the event dungeon. Now, I do want to say something here. These are they're pretty generic, right? We do know that it's been confirmed that the TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there you go, right there. That is definitely happening, and these relics are going to be what is possible to be forged from that material. Now, I kind of gave a quick read through all of them before I started the video, and I got opinions, and I'll just try to make this a 10-minute video, okay? But I'm going to say this right now. I feel like the legendaries and the epics are pretty good, but the mythics are shit. And this is to be expected because um, that crown that everybody was trying to get from the last siege, that mythic, that was overpowered to the point where they had to nerf it. And even people that had it were kind of like, yeah, I get it, right? It's still a pretty great piece of equipment, but it was pushing the boundaries because of speed. Okay, so let's just kind of get into it here. This is the Thunder Circlet. It's a rare. Wearer has a 20% chance of placing a continuous heal buff on themselves for a turn after losing 25% or more of their max HP. So this actually books. This goes up to like 35, 40, 50, 45, 50, 55% chance of getting a continuous heal. Not bad. I actually like this relic. I think this would actually be pretty good on a Senna team. And it depends on what the gem slot is. If it's that circle gem slot with the turn meter boost increase, that's probably going to be pretty great. And then we have Jaws of Hatred. When attacked, where has a 10% chance of increasing their defense by 10% until the end of their next turn. Occurs once per skill. This is fodder. This, you're going to sacrifice this. This isn't good for anything. We have Saint Xavier's Tribute. Wearer has a 50% chance of placing Veil on themselves for a turn at the end of their turn. The chance increases by 5% for each 15% HP lost. So, I mean, let me do some quick math here. Calculator. So if we got, we go 100 and we divide that by 5, right? We got 20, right? So there's 20 segments of this. So if we go 20 times 15, or wouldn't even do 20. Let's say you're down to 10, right? So you got 18. Then we're going to times that by 15. Yeah, so you're going to get a perfect Veil chance proc, it looks like, pretty consistently. So this one actually might be pretty good, and I do like the aesthetic about it. Exusar's Totem. Okay, that one's difficult. Wearer's turn meter increases by 10% whenever an ally receives any CC debuff. Occurs once per turn, and this does go up from 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20% max. Yeah, I mean, oh, geez, no, I read that completely wrong. I'm sorry. So wearer's turn meter increases by 10%. So a max increase of 20% turn meter whenever this happens, not a chance. My bad. Moving on to the legendaries, we have Mask of Disquiet. Now, I think this actually is probably the best one out of the bunch. Wearer has a 30% chance of activating an instant turn effect on themselves after returning from a sheep. So this goes from 30 to 40 to 50 to 60, and then boom, to 100% chance of this happening when maxed out. This is actually pretty good. Our mods might come back into the meta a lot because of this relic. And here we have Last Laugh Amulet. I actually like this. I like what it does, and I also like the entendre of the name. Where has a 30% chance to activate delay effect when receiving fatal damage and it's got a 3-turn cooldown. So we go 30, 40, 50, 60, and 100% chance for this to happen when it's maxed. The delay effect, this is a new buff or effect, will prevent a champion from receiving fatal damage, instead delaying it to their next turn. A champion under the delay effect can still be killed by enemies on their turns. So say Marius comes in and he nukes you and he procs the delay effect on the first hit. After when receiving fatal damage, I feel like Marius will kill you anyways. Like, it'll go boom, 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 and like the second and third hits, or the third hit will kill you. But if a champion under delay effect receives healing equal to the amount of delayed damage, they will not receive any fatal damage or any damage on their next turn. If they receive some healing but not enough to equal the value of the delayed damage, they will receive the amount of delayed damage remaining. So essentially is what it's saying. Say you take 100 damage and you heal 100, you take no damage. But If you take 100 damage and you heal 80 damage, you take 20 damage. Easy. If a champion does not receive any healing before their next turn, they will receive all of the fatal damage when their next turn starts. Fair enough. Okay, now the mythics. Like I said, I don't care for these. Stars of the Jiang. Whenever a enemy's turn meter is increased, the wearer increases their own turn meter by 10% of the enemy's turn meter increase. Now this goes from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50% of the turn meter increase from the enemy. So I understand why this isn't as like spectacular as it could be. I think they should have started this out at like whatever, done the same thing they did with the legendaries, to where the buff effect actually goes up to 100% chance. I feel like they should have done this to where you could max this and just match somebody's turn meter increase effect. But again, I also don't know if this procs on each individual person. So like if you have a team of like 4 people, do you get 10% from each person getting their turn meter boosted? I don't know. If that is the case, then this is amazing, which it probably is how it works. And then we have the Zebia's Servitude. Enemies cannot land critical hits on the wearer if the wearer's HP is below 15%. This buffs up to 25, 35, 40%. So if you're under, so maxed out mythic relic, right? You have to be at 40% HP and then they can't land crits on you. It's pretty good. I don't know. Actually, now that I'm rereading this, I'm thinking this is kind of busted. But, interesting. I think Mask of Disquiet is going to be the standout here. Last Laugh, maybe. This will probably be put on Rotos. Maybe not Rotos because he'd like instant die. I don't know. With the Spurn Oblivion, I don't know how that would go. Yeah, so actually maybe these relics, maybe the mythics are really good. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But sounds like they're going to release more information today or early tomorrow morning, before or right after the update. We'll see. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.